couple of weeks ago, a bunch of old school beta things regarding Mario 64 and other Nintendo games have leaked online, and people got crazy. Amongst those leaks was a beta version of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. While I still haven't got a hold of it yet, it did remind me about this game's existence and how cool it actually is. Yoshi's Island is a game featuring 6 worlds with 8 levels each, and 2 buses in every single world. That gave me the idea to rank those 12 buses from the worst to the best. Get ready, because you won't be seeing any Koopalings nor Boom Booms in this list, cause the enemies in Yoshi's Island are actually all very original. Hey, I'm Nico, and let's rank all buses in Yoshi's Island. Here we go. Alright, what is the most important aspect of an enemy? Well, being able to actually hurt you. Obviously, this is even truer for a boss. So here's my problem with my dude Salvo the Slime. He can't actually hurt you. This giant ball of slime is just moving left and right in the battle arena, trying to push you around, but you cannot actually get hurt by him. To defeat him, you need to throw eggs at Salvo to split him into multiple smaller slimes. The funniest part is that those tiny yellow blobs can actually hurt you. You can even spit back the tiny slimes to hurt Salvo. Think about it, this boss cannot hurt you and you can actually defeat him using his own body parts? That's pretty pathetic, my dude. No wonder Salvo the Slime makes a comeback in other levels later in the game, but just as a simple enemy. You're just not cool enough to be a recurring boss, my dude. So, what can be slightly better than a boss that cannot hurt you? Well, how about a boss that can hurt you, but is actually afraid of doing so? This is exactly what the bigger Boo in World 2-4 is about. To be fair, that's how Boos have been acting forever. If you look at them, they get scared and hide, and when you turn your back on them, then they slowly move towards you. Thankfully, this will be quite helpful in Yoshi's Island, as you can throw eggs and bounce them off the walls to attack bigger Boo when he's vulnerable. Every time an egg hits him, he gets bigger and bigger. And that's the key to defeating the dude. Give him some eggs up until he explodes because he's too thick. That's pretty violent. But you gotta do what you gotta do to save a baby Mario. Am I right?
You are right, lad.
Yoshi's Island features those little Kirby-looking enemies called Mild. They are pretty easy to defeat, as you just jump on them and squish them. Well, the boss in World 4-4 is an evolution to this species. Introducing Marching Mild, a big Mild walking left and right aimlessly. And well, defeating her isn't really difficult. You just jump on her head and do a ground pound and whoa, there's 2 marching Milds now? Now this is epic. Every time you stump the Mild, she splits into more Mild, and every time you stump those, well, they also explode into more. It's really similar to the way the Manta Ray works in Super Mario Sunshine. The key to victory is to defeat every single Mild, and once the very last one is gone, the victory is yours. Here's something that might have happened to you as a kid. You accidentally push a potted flower on the ground and it breaks into pieces and your mom gets mad at you. I know that because it happened to me and that wasn't very epic. Well, I might have learned that from Yoshi, because World 2-8 is home of the Potted Ghost, a ghostly plant living inside a beautiful red vase. To defeat this ghost, you simply need to push it down the hole and break it. Obviously, the ghost isn't particularly happy about that arrangement, but there's not much he can do. The only thing protecting this ghost are those 2 green shy oops. And I pushed one off the stage. What a shame. Imagine if the same thing happened to the other one. Uh-oh. What a mistake on my part. I pushed both Shy Guys down and now this poor ghost plant can't do anything anymore. Well, you know what? Let me help you join your Shy Guy friends. Goodbye, Potted Ghost. The very first boss you'll encounter in Yoshi's Island is named Bert the Bashful, and basically he looks like this, yeah, a big round beach ball that jumps left and right. This fight is really easy, as you can just hide in those crevices and nothing can actually hurt you if you duck down. The funny thing about Bert the Bashful is how you defeat him, because every time you throw an egg at Bert, his pants slide down a little bit. The more you attack him, the more his pants fall down, up until he loses them completely and gets naked. Oops, looks like he's a little bit shy, so shy in fact that he just deflates and disappears. Oof, what a weird boss. When I was a kid, World 3-8 was a scary one for me, because I knew it ended with the most difficult boss ever. Naval Piranha plant. This plant is very intimidating and scary looking with all of the spikes and its size. I mean, it's kinda big, but turns out it is not as difficult as it seems. Basically, you need to attack this little part of it with the X over there, and to do so, you'll need to bounce some eggs on the water, and this will do the trick just fine. Avoid the enemies coming from the sky and turn them into eggs if you want to stand a chance to defeat Naval. Oh, and fun fact, if you think this boss is too difficult and you don't feel like fighting him, well, just be careful and move over there before the fight and then use an egg to insta-kill the boss before it even gets a chance to become big. Now this is epic. This next boss is really weird, and I mean really weird. Sluggy the Unshaven is up, and I have trouble explaining what it is supposed to be. Basically, it's a pink sluggy thing with a heart inside of it. To defeat Sluggy, you need to throw a bunch of eggs to change its shape and eventually reach the heart. That's pretty mean when you think about it. You basically aim for its heart. Sluggy will not hurt you or attack you in any way. It will just constantly move left, hoping to eventually push you off the edge over there. So, I mean, just defeat it quickly and you'll be all good. But what a weird looking boss thingy though. Okay, now we're actually entering the actual cool bosses territory. And starting off this new list is none other than Tap Tap the Red Nose. Yeah, that's his name. Anyways, Tap Tap is pretty strong. In fact, you cannot actually hurt him. It doesn't matter how many eggs you throw at Tap Tap, he won't really be hurt by any of those. The way to defeat such a big enemy that's all made out of metal and spikes is obviously to melt it. And conveniently enough, there's lava down there. Yay. Use your eggs to break out the tiles and then push him into the lava, or just let him jump in it himself. He's quite dumb, so sometimes he just jumps in the lava by himself. A long time ago, I did a video trying to beat Yoshi's Island without using a single egg, and I called this boss a penguin dude. And you guys were pretty mad about that. Time for me to fix my past mistakes and introduce him correctly. Raphael the Raven is next, and this boss is pretty sick. First off, the battle doesn't take place in the dungeon like every previous bosses in the list. Nope, instead you fight in space on a tiny round planet. And you guys thought Super Mario Galaxy was an original concept? Pfft, cringe. To defeat Raphael, you need to spin around the planet and ground pound those poles to... Ouch, poor Raphael the Raven's butt. Memes aside, this boss fight is actually pretty short and very easy, but oh so fun and original. And when you defeat Raphael, he turns into a constellation in the sky. So neat. The two most basic Mario enemies are the Goombas and the Koopas, and luckily for us, this next boss actually makes the Koopa Troopas pretty epic. It is a fight against the big chungus of all Koopas, Hookbee the Koopa. Jumping on this Koopa is worthless, as you can't actually hurt him that way. His shell is way too solid. Instead, you'll have to throw eggs to tilt this tanky dude over. Once Hookbee lies flat on his back, you can do an epic ground pound attack on his belly to hurt him. Watch out for his epic shell attacks though, as they can hurt you a lot. Seriously, this fight is actually pretty cool, and once you defeat him for good, his shell would explode and he'll be falling down from the sky all naked. Seriously, getting enemies naked seems to be a recurring theme in Yoshi's Island, and you're telling me this game is rated E for everyone? Not so sure about that, Nintendo. I'll keep my eyes on you. In all of the previous fights on this list, the enemies were all improved by Kamek's evil magic powers. Well, World 3-4 decided to go for something different, as instead of making this frog dude bigger and stronger, Kamek instead shrinks us into a tiny defenseless blob of pixels. And that's exactly when Prince Froggy eats us whole. Whoa! To defeat the dude, you actually have to fight from inside his stomach. Yeah, you have to spit Shy Guys or eggs on Froggy's uvula in hope that he will eventually burp you out of here. Every time you hit that weird looking thing, Froggy's stomach gets more red and you can feel like he's having a very bad stomachache because of you. After a couple of hits, you'll see that you are back at your normal size and out of his stomach. But I mean, look at Yoshi's face. There's something that tells me that we might not have left Prince Froggy's body from the same way we entered it. Ugh, that's just gross. Well, there's only one boss left, and it's none other than King Bowser himself. As Baby Bowser is the final boss, you expect him to be truly epic, and trust me, you will not be disappointed. At first, you just attack Baby Bowser in his room by doing ground pounds, and this part is not really that interesting nor fun. It's only after you defeat him that the real fun begins. Kamek joins in, uses his magic power, and now, well, Bowser gets bigger. Pretty big, in fact. Yeah, that's a really wide Bowser. This big dinosaur wants to crush everything in its path, including you. So you'll need to throw some eggs at the background multiple times to defeat him, and all of this while avoiding falling boulders and huge fireballs. Seriously, this boss fight is so epic and unexpected that there's just no way I couldn't put it at #1 best fight of all time on this list. Thanks a lot for watching this video, my dudes. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and please hit that bell. And if you want your name in the credits and support my weekly videos, well, consider joining Team BBQ, best team in the world, by clicking the join button down below. Alright my dudes, tap the cards on screen for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!